In 1999, the Kargil War broke out between India and Pakistan, beginning when a number of Pakistani soldiers secretly infiltrated Indian territory. This was a meticulously planned attack by the Pakistani military, in serious violation of the 1972 Simla Agreement, in which both nations had pledged not to breach the line of control and to resolve bilateral issues through peaceful means. Notably, just months earlier, Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee had made a peace initiative by traveling to Lahore by bus and signing the Lahore Declaration with Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. However, the infiltration revealed the presence of forces within Pakistan that were not in favor of peace. In response, India launched a counter-offensive campaign named Operation Vijay to repel the invaders. The Indian Air Force was also mobilized under Operation Sagar. Although there were plans to cross the LOC to strike targets within Pakistan, Prime Minister Vajpayee firmly refused, aiming to show the international community that India was acting in self-defense and not waging war. This decision brought significant diplomatic success to India, as many countries and international organizations, such as the US, EU, and ASEAN, supported India and pressured Pakistan to withdraw. As a result, the world clearly saw India as the aggrieved party acting rightfully to defend its territorial sovereignty. During the 1999 Kargil conflict, India's response showcased a combination of decisive military strength and shrewd diplomatic strategy. Faced with the sudden incursion of Pakistani forces into the Kargil region of Kashmir, India swiftly launched a counteroffensive through Operation Vijay meaning victory, mobilizing ground troops to drive the enemy out of the occupied areas. Simultaneously, India deployed its air force in Operation Sagar to support ground forces and destroy enemy positions on the treacherous mountain terrain. However, what stood out was India's self-imposed restraint despite possessing military superiority. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, India deliberately limited its military operations to its own territory. Specifically, the Indian Air Force did not cross the line of control, LOC, the de facto border dividing Indian and Pakistani-controlled parts of Kashmir. This decision was not only tactical, but also a deeply strategic move aimed at reinforcing India's moral high ground and just stance in the eyes of the world. This restraint earned India significant diplomatic credibility. By upholding international law and asserting its sovereignty legitimately, India won the support of the global community, particularly the US, European Union, and G8 nations. International media leaned towards portraying India as a law-abiding nation defending its territory, in stark contrast to Pakistan's image as a violator of agreements. As a result, while Pakistan faced intense diplomatic pressure, India emerged victorious not only on the battlefield, but also in terms of global prestige and political standing. The 1999 Kargil War saw several key battles that shaped the course of the conflict and contributed significantly to India's eventual victory. Among them, the Battle of Tololing was considered the first major turning point. Under harsh weather and treacherous mountainous conditions, Indian troops resolutely recaptured the Tololing Peak, a strategic position offering visual and artillery control over the Dras sector. This victory not only boosted the morale of the troops, but also set the stage for subsequent counterattacks. Another memorable engagement took place at Point 5140, led by Lieutenant Vikram Batra. With the codename Shershah, Royal Lion, Batra spearheaded an assault that reclaimed the peak from enemy forces. After the victory, his exclamation, "Ye dil mange more," "This heart desires more," became not only a war cry, but also an iconic slogan symbolizing courage and the thirst for victory. Next was the battle at Tiger Hill, one of the tallest and most challenging peaks. Indian soldiers scaled a near-vertical 1,000-foot cliff under the cover of darkness to surprise Pakistani forces. In this battle, the bravery of soldier Yogendra Singh Yadav stood out. Despite being shot 3 times, he continued climbing, destroyed an enemy bunker, and paved the way for his comrades, a heroic act widely celebrated. Finally, the battle at Point 4875, later named Batra Top, in honor of Captain Vikram Batra, marked a decisive win. Batra and Captain Anuj Nayar were martyred while rescuing fellow soldiers. This victory was crucial to the successful conclusion of Operation Vijay The 1999 Kargil War between India and Pakistan came to an end after nearly 2 months of fierce combat in the rugged high-altitude terrain of Jammu and Kashmir. After sustaining heavy casualties and facing intense pressure from the international community, especially the United States and G8 nations, Pakistan was compelled to change its stance. On July 11, 1999, a major turning point occurred when Pakistan began withdrawing its forces from illegally occupied Indian positions. This outcome was the result of India's unwavering efforts on both military and diplomatic fronts, particularly its resolve not to cross the line of control, LOC, thus maintaining its legal and ethical position internationally. By July 26, 1999, India officially declared victory, having fully reclaimed all strategic heights captured. This triumph not only restored the nation's territorial integrity, but also reinforced the public's confidence in the Indian military and government. Since then, July 26th has been commemorated annually as Kargil Vijay Diwas, Kargil Victory Day, in honor of the soldiers who laid down their lives for the country. It is a time for the Indian people to express deep gratitude to the armed forces and to rekindle national unity and patriotism. Kargil Vijay Diwas is now celebrated nationwide with a variety of commemorative events, including military parades, candlelight vigils, inspirational talks by veterans, and tributes from families of fallen soldiers. The Kargil victory has gone down in history as a symbol of bravery, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of the Indian armed forces and people. The 1999 Kargil War left significant consequences and a lasting legacy for both nations, militarily and politically. For India, although the victory brought national pride, it came at a steep price. A total of 527 Indian soldiers were martyred, and more than 1,300 were wounded during the operation. Their bravery and unwavering dedication have become symbols of patriotism and loyalty to the nation. To honor these heroic contributions, the Indian government posthumously awarded the Paramveer Chakra, the nation's highest military decoration, to 4 exceptional soldiers: Vikram Batra, Manoj Pandey, Sanjay Kumar, and Yogendra Singh Yadav. These heroes not only distinguished themselves on the battlefield, but also became cultural icons, immortalized in films, books, and educational campaigns. On the other side, the political consequences for Pakistan were severe. The failed war and widespread domestic criticism undermined Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's position. The mastermind behind the operation, General Pervez Musharraf, subsequently staged a military coup in October 1999, overthrowing the civilian government and seizing power, ushering in a new period of political instability in Pakistan. The legacy of the Kargil War extends beyond the human toll. It serves as a profound lesson on the limits of military force and the critical importance of diplomatic strategy in maintaining regional stability. It also forced both nations to reassess their national security policies and underscored the role of the international community in resolving regional conflicts.